Say roll around, sitting on doves, can't lie, I was high on shrubs.
Sun Topical back with another video. I'm Strange Wang, he is Nate. We've been doing these comedy brackets for each decade. This decade is going to be the 1970s. Let us know if you want us to do 60s. I don't know how many movies we've coincidentally seen from the 1960s comedies, but we could do 60s. I don't know, but we can definitely do 70s. So we have the 70s list going now.
We have Monty Python and the Holy Grail and Blazing Saddles.
You know, racist. They're morons,
Right.
as Gene Wilder would say
Right.
in Blazing Saddles.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think people who like Monty Python and the Holy Grail are also morons. So, my pick's Blazing Saddles. I do not find Monty Python and the Holy Grail funny. I think it has funny moments, but because of how hyped it is through history and everything, film history that is, that I just don't see how it's that damn good of a movie when it's mid as fuck to me. So, I like it less because of that.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail is the most overrated comedy ever. Maybe the most overrated movie ever.
Nah.
And
shit. Yeah.
and I will, I don't like Airplane. I will still say Monty Python is more overrated than Airplane because I understand why some people like Airplane. I don't understand how anyone finds any part of the Holy Grail funny. Like, you could literally just...
The Black Knight's pretty funny.
The Black Knight's pretty funny. I'll give you that. But the horse noises...
Yeah, that's funny too.
You can watch, literally just like, go to YouTube, type in best scenes from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, watch the 5 or 6 scenes that are on there, and then never watch the actual movie. Most of the scenes that you watch, out of those 6 scenes that are going to be on that, they're just not funny.
They're chuckle funny. They're not gut busters.
I don't even think they're like...
That's
the most that movie's got.
All right, real quick, because you dislike this movie more than I do.
Yeah,
apparently.
So boring.
I'm gonna run through some comedies I find overrated,
and
you let me know which one's more overrated. Caddyshack, Monty Python.
Monty Python.
Bridesmaids, Monty Python.
Monty Python.
Step Brothers, Monty Python.
Monty Python. All of those other things, I understand why some people find them funny. I don't understand why anyone thinks Monty Python and the Holy Grail is funnier.
Booksmart.
Monty Python. There were parts of Booksmart where I was like, that was funny.
I would take Monty Python over Booksmart, personally, but Blazing Saddles with the dub.
Yeah, Blazing Saddles also, we spent a lot of time talking shit about Monty Python, and I'm sure that we will probably be talking about Blazing Saddles for a while on this list. Maybe, I don't know what the matchup's going to be. Blazing Saddles is freaking hilarious.
Yeah, and it's got a Gucci bag in it. Can't forget about the Gucci bag.
The Uppity movie, Watermelon Man.
Yeah, that's a...
Yeah, I know what Watermelon Man is. Okay. Yeah. Versus Slapshot. This is all you.
You ain't seen either of these?
No.
Damn.
I don't like hockey movies, and I don't care enough to see the Watermelon Man.
Watermelon Man's very meta, very hilarious because of that. Slapshot is a great Paul Newman sports movie. The team's being sold off. It's really Major League.
Yeah, I was about to say.
For hockey.
Major League, yeah.
So, you might enjoy it more than you think. Lost train of thought. Watermelon Man's funnier to me, so I'm gonna pick Watermelon Man.
Annie Hall versus The Jerk.
Personally, I don't really get the Allen movies. Like, they're fine.
I like Midnight in Paris.
You talk about uppity. Those are some uppity ass movies. The Jerk is hilarious.
The Jerk is hilarious.
Everyone can enjoy The Jerk.
Yeah. You
got people who hate cans. It's culturally relevant. Steve Martin grew up a poor black child. Those movies for everybody. Not everyone will like Annie Hall. So for me, Jerk gets the dub.
Yeah, I think The Jerk is way funnier. I haven't seen it in a very long time, but I definitely remember the I grew up a young black child joke.
And the cans. He hates these cans.
And just thinking that It was pretty funny. In
Best
general,
comedy
but-
scene of all time, I think.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but it's a funny movie. The Sting versus Kelly's Heroes.
Have you seen either of these movies?
No.
You need to get well versed in the 70s. Sting, it has funny moments. I wouldn't say it's a comedy. It's more witty than jokes.
You've had this on a list before, right?
Yeah, it's a very good movie.
Yeah.
They're shysters. I mean, you got Reverend Paul Newman. Of course I've seen it. Kelly's Heroes, it's got Don Rickles. And I love Don Rickles. But, damn. Kelly's Heroes is more of a comedy, so I'm going to go with Don. Shouts out Don. My third favorite Jew.
The Return of the Pink Panther versus the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
This is all you.
You never seen either of these?
No, sir.
I don't like the Pink Panther movies. Way better than the Steve Martin remake. They are pretty good. I really enjoy them. Rocky Horror. See, this is tough because it's like this isn't really like my type of comedy. I don't find these very funny. Rocky Horror is it's definitely a musical comedy. How funny is the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Like, and I think it's more like just fun than funny, and so I'm going to give it to the Pink Panther.
Mr. Clouseau.
Jean. Smokey and the Bandit versus Meatballs.
This is Smokey and the Bandit for me. I love that goddamn movie. That movie's so fucking good.
I do too. It's really, I mean, is it a comedy?
Smokey and the Bandit? Bro, Buford T. Justice is a bumbling idiot.
Yeah, he is. That's
His son?
That's a funny part of the movie.
His son?
I'm not gonna
An even bigger bumbling idiot.
listen. Meatballs looks like I would not like it. So, and I also just don't even like the title.
Well, Meatballs
But-
is just Bill Murray being a camp counselor. Like, there's no nudity in it. It's not porkies. It's not...
Well, that wasn't what I meant by it. It's just I don't
It's dry humor.
really love camp movies, and B, I just don't like the title. Why is it called Meatballs?
Because they're meatballs.
Because it's the 70s and they just
Yeah.
like name shit, stupid things. Smoking and the Bandit. I'm not going to sit here and argue about it. Blazing Saddles versus Watermelon Man.
Well, we've both seen Blazing Saddles, so
That's true.
Blazing Saddles it is.
The Jerk versus Kelly's Heroes.
Let me get Steve on this one.
Sick. Return of the Pink Panther versus Smokey and the Bandit.
Just like the sheriff, I'm sticking to my guns. Let me get Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah,
It's a
I mean-
comedy. Suck my dick if you don't think it's a comedy.
That's truly how you would classify Smoking and the Bandit, as a comedy.
Adventure/comedy. This is not a crime movie, even though they're doing a crime.
It's a road trip movie.
Yeah, it's not a fucking... That's a sub-genre.
Blazing Saddles versus The Jerk.
God damn.
It's easy for me. Blazing Saddles is funny as shit. Consistently.
Yeah,
The
that
whole way
ending
through.
is trash.
Yeah, but it's still fucking funny. And it's a comedies list.
Yeah, but The Jerk is also funny all the way through.
Not that funny. Blazing Saddles makes me like laugh out loud consistently.
You're correct about that. Blazing Saddles has more bigger laughs.
Mm-hmm.
To me, The Jerk is consistently funny all the way through, though. And as a movie, I think The Jerk is better because the ending bombs in Blazing Saddles. Let's be on first rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Not upset about that one.
Yeah.
The Jerk versus Smokey and the Bandit.
Jerk.
Yeah, for sure. Manhattan versus Young Frankenstein.
Let me get Young Frankenstein.
All day. Life of Brian versus Silver Streak.
Richard Pryor. Gene Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get that.
Yeah.
All day.
This movie is also trash, by the way. But I do think it's funnier than The Holy Grail.
I disagree. Biggest Dick is the only funny thing about that movie.
Yeah, it has a funny thing in it.
Yeah.
So it's funnier than the Holy Grail.
Yeah, but the Holy Grail has two funny things in it.
Okay, I was like, what the? They Call Me Trinity versus Animal House.
Call Me Trinity's great because it's an Italian movie, spaghetti western, making fun of spaghetti westerns. So you have that, like, Terrence Hill is just fucking hilarious.
Is it the earliest spoof movie?
Maybe. I don't know, because you got two other ones. You got, Frankenstein, you got Blazing Saddles.
It's true.
But another spoof western for sure. Animal House is just, like, hilarious. Everyone's seen Animal House.
It is pretty funny. Like, I think it's stupid, and I don't like it, but it is really funny.
Animal House is more iconic.
True.
So I'm going to go Animal House. But if you haven't seen any Terrence Hill, like, Italian films, check those out. Hilarious. He's, like, basically the spaghetti western Buster Keaton.
Oh, really?
Like, he's just fucking bumbling, funny, like, so good. Like Buster Scruggs. If you like the Buster Scruggs thing, check out Terrence Hill comedies.
I did like Buster Scruggs. MASH versus Bad News Bears.
MASH went over my head. I'm too young for that movie.
Yeah, I'm way more familiar with the TV show from growing up watching Nick at Night so much.
Like, Chef Dave, his favorite comedy of all time is MASH.
Huh.
So, highly recommended. I watched his copy of it, actually.
Oh, nice.
Because he was like, oh my god, you haven't seen this movie? And I was disappointed to go back and telling him that
You didn't get it.
it just wasn't for me. Bad News Bears, one of my favorite films of all time, one of my favorite comedies of all time, Bad News Bears.
Yeah, sure. It's the only one I've seen, so. The Pink Panther versus Harold and Maude.
This is you again. I haven't seen either of these.
Oh, really? Harold and Maude is a really interesting movie. I like it a lot.
You would think I've seen that movie.
I'm not really crazy about either of them, but again, I think the Pink Panther is funnier, so it can go another round. Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke versus American Graffiti.
Cheech and Chong's the iconic one out of the two.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to go Cheech and Chong.
I think they're both fine. I truly don't care which one moves on because I know they're not going to make it too much further, so I'm going to stand up for my boy George.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. That was good.
Yeah. Young Frankenstein versus Silver Streak.
Wilder on Wilder crime. Let me get Young
Oh,
Frankenstein.
we putting on the Ritz, baby. Animal House versus Bad News Bears.
God damn it.
Did they get the same guy to draw their poster?
I think they did. Bad News Bears is a better movie. I'm going on record saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Comedies, bracket, Animal House is more comedic. So, Animal House.
I don't like either of these movies, but I do agree that if you ask me which one was better, it is Bad News Bears, but you're correct. Animal House is funnier. Pink Panther versus Up in Smoke.
Let me get Cheech and Chong.
I just hate stoner movies. I hate them.
Right, paper, scissors, shoot. What the fuck?
Oh, sorry.
You lost. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't. That was my bad. I just wasn't paying attention.
Cheating motherfucker.
Young Frankenstein versus Animal House.
Let me get Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah. And then Young Frankenstein versus
Cheech and
we'll
Chong.
say Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke.
But Young
it
Frankenstein
really
is
wouldn't
the
matter at all. The only travesty here is that it's not Mel Brooks versus Mel Brooks like it should have been, but this is still a good matchup.
Well, Mel Brooks is winning this matchup. This Young Frankenstein, I find more funny than The Jerk.
Yeah.
Jerk, if we did a top 5 comedies using this list, The Jerk would be in my top 5.
It would be in mine too. Yeah.
Blazing Saddles would be my 6. Young Frankenstein would be my 1 or 2 for sure. I mean, it's just a hilarious movie. It's smart. It has all types of humor in it, just like The Jerk, but I feel like they use those better. You don't get an Abby Normal in The Jerk.
Yeah, it's true.
So because of that, let me get, Frankenstein.
Yeah, Mel Brooks is the GOAT. I freaking love Mel Brooks movies so much.
Question.
This is easy for me. What's up?
You want the blonde or do you want the one in the turban?
Turban.
That's one thing we need to do. We need to watch all the Mel Brooks movies and do a Mel Brooks ranking.
I'd definitely be down for that.
All right, start watching, bud.
Okay.
Young Frankenstein gets the fat dub. So
I'm excited to watch Mel Brooks movies now. I'm gonna start tonight.
let us know what you think is the best 70s comedy and what should have won this bracket in the comment section below. And go watch the 90s, the 80s, and the 2000s. 2010s is also coming up, so subscribe so you can stay tuned to watch that. Something. I don't know. Subscribe, motherfuckers!
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.